In 2015, I founded CodEng, Code in Simple English, based in northern Italy. And since then, literally hundreds and hundreds of young coders have taken a CodEng class. And we have organized dozens of code camps locally in Italy and also in the Silicon Valley, here in Dubai during Expo. The question is, why should we care, ladies and gentlemen? Why should we care about motivating young people to write code? Recently, the US Department for Labor published some figures stating that by 2030, there will be a global shortage of 85 million software engineers. But this is a wonderful opportunity for young people to get excited about creating code, creating their own software, programming robots, getting into AI. Maybe they want to write code to send the first rocket to Mars. Why not? Maybe they want to become a hacker, you know, the good kind, the white hat hackers that help companies to identify weaknesses in their networks and secure them. Whatever it is, ladies and gentlemen, we need to encourage young people to evolve from being users of technology to being creators of it. There are many tools out there for educators to get young people excited about code, from MBOT to BuzzBot, CrumbleBot, EV3, drones, more drones. We have CodeOrg, Scratch. We have Pygame. We have Sphero and Minisphero. Here, for example, we have Code.org, and we are programming the Angry Bird to chase after the naughty pig. And under the hood, we see JavaScript. So a wonderful way to introduce young aspiring coders to code in a very fun way. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the challenge. This is code. Anybody recognize this language? I'm sure some of you do. Python, exactly, yes. The challenge as educators is to get young people motivated to want to write this. So as you may have gathered at this point, to get young people excited about code, we start with block-based programming. So we don't need to concern young coders about syntax, how to write a line of code, what happens if they miss the curly brace. Here they just simply need to drag and drop the blocks onto the screen in a certain sequence, and then click the green flag, and they see their project come to life. But it is at the same time still hugely educational, because we are exposing young coders to concepts such as functions and control statements, and how to create a variable, and how to work with events and so on. Here, once again, we have block-based programming, and as perhaps you've noticed straight away, this is not in English, this is in Italian, and this is to point out that all of these platforms are multilingual. So even if coders are not mother tongue English speakers, they can work with these platforms and choose their language of preference. And we found at CodEng the most exciting thing that they enjoy from the beginning is to create their first web page. So here we've got HTML, so we're just showing them how to get material on the screen. Here on the other hand we have Swift, and this is code written on the iPad to develop an app, and this is an app we developed when we were here during Expo. The coding class at CodEng does not start with the discussion about syntax. We talk first of all about the latest developments in the industry. So our annual Silicon Valley Code Camp, we started running those in 2017. And thanks to wonderful contacts we have at Google, Facebook, Meta now of course, Stanford University, Apple, did I say Microsoft? Microsoft as well. We are hosted inside these companies to take part in presentations and workshops to further hone our coding skills, to understand the industry, to understand the life of a software engineer.
Fantastic presentation, by the way. I was very inspired.
First of all, thank you so much. You presented it very well, and also it's the topic is pretty close to my heart as well, teaching young people to code.
Awesome.
I had a question that was going on in my mind, though a few of them already got answered, but just this one. So since you've worked with non-English speaking
Yes.
coders, young coders as well,
Yeah.
do you see a difference in their learning capability when they teach, when they learn in a non-English language or English language?
Yes, there is the additional challenge because, of course, young aspiring coders, once they start writing lines of code, the challenge with block coding is not quite the same. But when they actually start writing lines of code, they're going to skip the semicolon, or they don't know where to find the curly brace on the keyboard. So that's already a challenge. If you then have to add to that a spelling mistake, they don't know how to spell some words which for us in English are easy. Or for example, they're learning English, but it's British English and it's not American English, so you need to write color without a U, for example, right? So for sure, if they don't have English as a mother tongue language, it definitely proves to be more challenging, for sure.
Moving from Scratch as an actual no-code language,
Right.
if you could say, to a strict coding, Python, or something that you've just shown,
Yes.
there are a lot of challenges there. So I want to understand how would you overcome these challenges.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think the best, most effective way to get them off Scratch, if you like, the comfort zone of block-based programming, is to get them to write their first web page. Just markup language. You need to point out to them that it's not a programming language,
Yes.
but get them writing some HTML, show them how to get some material on the screen, and then they get really motivated because this is their web page about their favorite celebrity, their favorite, fashion brand. That's a very common one. And then they come back and they say, well, how do I, as I said earlier, add music or include a button? And at this point, you show them W3 Schools. Isn't that a wonderful resource?
Yes.
So W3 Schools, how do I add music to on my web page? Boom, And then without having to have an academic approach to teaching them JavaScript, they're motivated already to expand their skills, to hone their coding skills, and to move away from block-based programming.
I have a question. What is the best age range for young children
range,
to start
yes.
working with this software like
Very
Scratch?
good question. So what is the best age range? So sometimes I have parents who come to me and they say, my daughter is 7. Can she join your coding class? 7 is just a little bit too young because they need to be able to use a keyboard. They need to be able to navigate online. They need to be able to find Wi-Fi. How do they connect to it? Otherwise, I'm going to be spending my whole time with a very young coder who is not able to do some very basic stuff. So I usually try to get them at least 9 for block-based programming. Then you throw in the robotics and they love that.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much. You definitely sparked some inquisitive questions there. It was an absolute pleasure. A final round of applause, please. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.